welcome back to the channel. So, yeah, we're going to be doing another TLC reaction, so I've just left it all open so we can see what it is we're going to be checking out today. And it's going to be Would You Rather? So we're going to start today with episode 1, and it's Would you rather be religious or atheist? Which I'm really intrigued about because I don't have I don't have any arguments over religion unless somebody tries to have an argument with me, but I am very much not religious. I just can't see any proof or whatever, I'm just not religious. That's just the way it is. And I think it'd probably be better if no one was, because there's so many wars because of things like religion, and there has been in the past and still now, like with terrorism. A lot of it's like in the name of, and I know when it's in the name of Allah and things like that, like the terrorism, that is completely not what being Muslim is about. So anyone out there that actually follows the legitimate Muslim religion, I understand it is not about terrorism or anything like that. But there is so many wars, and even Christians, like, they've got, like, the KKK is Christian and things like that. But yeah, there's just so much violence over it. But that's my opinion. But I want to see exactly how this is going to go.
And you're picking and choosing what you want from the religion.
This is something that I champion every day. I don't make room for that other shit.
Is it homophobia that's deep within you that you need to unlearn?
You can't get religion right, and you can't get life right.
This is a long-winded answer to say that you're accepting. I am an atheist because I believe that you should face the truth and reality in life instead of relying on or blaming higher being. I also don't believe that you need to believe in a God to be a good person.
I'm Muslim. I believe that having faith or having a religion in your life provides a sense of comfort. It provides a sense of direction. It provides you with a community that you can rely on sometimes.
You see, I do get that. They have something to believe in. It's going to give you that comfort, thinking when I die, I'm going to a better place, I'm going to here, I'm going to that. Then yeah, fair enough. I could totally get on board with that. I just don't believe in it. But obviously, I can completely understand why some people do. Like she said, it's comfort.
When things are looking a bit down and things are looking a bit great. Okay, Amir, tell me what's so great about being an atheist.
Oh, have you got all day, darling? Have you got all day? Well, look at me. I get to be free. I get to express myself in whatever way I can. I've got tattoos. That's my expression. I can wear makeup if I want to. I don't feel like I am shackled into any rules. I don't feel like I'm suffocating anymore. And I can be who I was always meant to be. I'm homosexual, and I would not have been able to marry my husband. Although some people would say you could. But for me, I would want to follow a religion down to a T because I'm a stickler for getting it right.
I think it's really interesting that you said you want to follow something that you want to get right. You can't get religion right, and you can't get life right. That expectation of getting it right is what causes people to have a little bitterness towards a religion.
What's so good for you about being religious?
There have been a lot of times in my life where I felt lost, or I felt really overwhelmed, really sad. It's helped me through heartbreak. I couldn't share with my mum, I couldn't share with my sister how I was feeling. I had my friends for sure, but come on, you can only talk about a boy so much. In that situation, I turned to God.
Again, I get it. I get what she's coming from here. Yeah, someone to turn to. And I think, I always say I prefer talking to a stranger than I do a friend or a family member, because you can kind of unload on them and you don't have to worry about them judging you or thinking of you differently because they don't know you, whereas family do. So I guess that's how she uses her religion. It is like, obviously, times of need, heartbreak, crisis, obviously loss, grief, any absolute reason why you'd be upset. Then and the anger and things like that, and yeah, I can imagine that is a good place to put it. But like I say, I'll just talk to strangers, or not like pull someone up on the street, but like every now and then I might go see a psychiatrist or something, like a counsellor. But yeah, like
I turn to faith to know that Allah is out there sharing my sadness. It just provides me that extra layer of support that sometimes I feel like the world can't provide me. It also really just it gives me a bit more structure with my moral decisions.
Share your
sometimes.
Sadness.
Why? Why can't you be your own moral compass? Why can't you be a good person without faith?
I don't think that faith is so much as a prerequisite for you to be a good person. I do see faith and religion being quite organic. It's more about how you adapt it into your day-to-day life.
I see what you're saying in the sense that you adapt it into your everyday life. But to me, that's sort of a pick and mix. You're going in there and you're picking and choosing what you want from the religion to suit your life.
In terms of like the LGBTQIA community, like that is a hot topic when it comes to Muslims, when it comes to anyone really. My view on it is you should be able to do what you want. You should be able to kind of navigate this life as you want because you're the one who's living it.
I've known people that have been completely abandoned by every single person in their family due to their religious beliefs. That have literally said to their kids, well, if we didn't believe in Islam, we would have accepted you. But we have to put the word of God first, and I don't know what you think to that.
I think that's sad.
Yeah.
I think in terms of that, what he's just said is when somebody said to him, we have to put the faith of Allah or God or whatever, we would have accepted you, but we can't because of religion. I think that's complete bullshit. I think that's a lie. I get it, it's against religions. It's technically against the Christian religion, but there's plenty of like Christian gay men out there and lesbian women. But I think that's absolute bull because if you like somebody and you want to accept them, you just accept them for who they are. I don't think you can get so wrapped up in something and believe in something so much that you're like, oh, but I can't talk to you because of that. I think they're using that as an excuse because obviously there's still a lot of homophobia about. And I think that's just an excuse to say you're gay and I don't want anything to do with you, but I'll blame it on the religion.
Something that I can agree with.
What if you happen to have a child that was part of the LGBTQ community? How would you feel about that?
Yeah.
Are
you asking me?
Yeah, because
I thought you were just saying
how would you feel about that?
I mean, I think I'd have to, again, it'd be difficult. I'd be like, okay, cool, is this situation? Like.
So what makes it difficult though?
It makes it difficult because of my upbringing. We do inherit certain thoughts from our parents who have then inherited it from their parents because that's how they've been brought up.
Well,
so I think even though, I'm super like accepting and things like that, it would be a complete lie to tell you. I'd be like, yeah, cool, come, it'll be fine. Because I still have inherited bias where I've been not taught, but I've been made to feel like maybe a certain way towards someone, if that makes sense.
So what kind of way would you feel towards someone?
Not make a certain way to feel, but like...
So you have absorbed emotion and feeling that's negative towards the queer community? Like an awareness of it, not the feeling of being... See,
do you know what I mean?
This is the one answer from you that I'm finding difficult.
Sure.
And the reason why is because this is a long-winded answer to say that you're accepting.
I am accepting.
Yeah, it's a long-winded answer.
Okay.
So if you asked me this question, like, if you had an
I think you're right.
LGBTQ plus child, I would be honest and say, you know what, this is going to be tough.
Yeah.
This is going to be tough, but I'm going to fucking protect you.
Yeah.
And this is what we're going to do. But what I want to pick on, you kept sort of saying, and you're like, oh, because the things passed down, and but you're missing sort of the language and the word here. And like, so what's passed down? Is it homophobia that's inherently in you, deep within you, that you need to unlearn then and unpick? I don't know. I'm still struggling here.
No.
Yeah,
I
I'd say
think
that is
that's
the
a
case.
really.
I mean, it's like with racism. You're not born racist. You're taught it. Like, and it's same with any kind of hate. Like, you are taught it by family and possibly very close friends that you've grown up around, but they'd have had to have been taught it by friends. You think, so I'm 25, if you think grandparents and great-grandparents, who have a lot to do with you, especially when you're very young, they will say a lot of comments from my generation that are racist and things, and because when they were 25 it was very accepted, it was very much okay, you could say what you wanted, it didn't matter about whether it was racist or homophobic, and obviously I heard those comments, but as I grew up I very quickly understood. I mean, I have friends that are gay and black, so I think that helps a lot, but you very quickly learn that's not correct. I shouldn't be saying that. I shouldn't be doing that. Because, within society, because, like, it's wrong. Like, so I can't understand how you would be able to blame your ancestors for the way you think, because it's up to you that. So, like, somebody could say to me, I don't like this person because of this reason, because of the colour of the skin, because of their sexuality, because of anything. Don't get me wrong, there's some things I struggle to wrap my head around, but I just don't talk about it. I just don't, unless I have a reason to have to talk about it. Say one of my kids ends up, I don't know what to use as a description, but as a identifying as something that I can't get my head around or whatever, I'll try and figure it out. So I don't think you can blame ancestors at all, parents, grandparents, whatever, for the way you think. Because if you know something is wrong, you change that. That's how you better society. That's how you move on. But obviously, not many people do think like that. Like, so for me, growing up with my children, I never, like for example, there's a woman, what was my daughter's nursery. Obviously she's at school now, so it's my son's now. And she is like the nicest person, but I suck with names and I can't remember. And oh my God, like the difficulty I had in asking my daughter what her name was, because I wasn't gonna say the black woman because I don't want her to look at people like that. And obviously that's just a simple way of describing somebody. It's not racist to refer to somebody as black or to somebody as white. But I didn't want to put that on to my daughter and say like, oh, what's the black lady's name? Because I don't want her to look at the lady and think, oh, she's black. I just wanted to know that she's a really, really nice woman. And the reason I want to know her name is just because she's genuinely really nice. I want to be able to talk to her properly because she knows my name. And we're at that point now where I can't ask her name because I've known her for not known her personally or anything, but I've had contact with her now for a year. So yeah, but yeah. So yeah, you just pass it down, and then Ivy and Teddy, as they grow up, I'm hoping, because of the way I deal with things now and the way I address people or refer to people, I'm hoping that when they come to being adults and having children, that they can improve on that, perhaps. I'm going on a tangent
Valid
here,
point.
yeah.
You make a really valid point, and I think that is that maybe does exist in me. Do you know what I mean? Because of the culture that I've been raised in, and the fact that you said that, it's really scary for me to admit, because this is something that I champion every day. Like, do you know what I mean? Like, I don't make room for that other shit, you know? Do you know what I mean? So it is a bit scary to me to think that oh shit, like I might have that inside of me, like as even if it's a modicum of something, it's there. Do you know what I mean?
It's brave of you to say that as well, because people are so scared to say it, and I'm like, there's nothing wrong with saying like we're all fucked.
Basically.
No, we all have to keep learning and unlearning and changing and adapting, because it's the only way we're gonna progress in society.
No, 100%.
I think it has been very valuable to have a conversation with someone of faith.
I do like that they kept very civil. They were very understanding of each other. And this is actually, normally with these like shows like this, obviously this on Channel 4, you just get them all pinned up against each other to just fight and argue with each other. And I'm glad that they were both just two genuinely nice people that could be civil.
Progressive views. When I was struggling with the LGBT thing, I thought, I've got her. No, I didn't really. Honestly, that moment was the moment where I was like, oh my God, she's been so honest here, and I respect that. I would rather be atheist. For me, it brings me the freedom that I would want and I enjoy in life.
We inherit kind of traumas and biases and beliefs from our previous generations. I came to a realization that I might have a small seedling of homophobia, which for me was insanely scary and insanely uncomfortable, and actually really quite upsetting, because it's something that I don't want to embody at all. I don't think that realization made me doubt how I feel about religion. I think it made me doubt how I feel about my culture. It actually encourages me or motivates me to be
Jess has a faith, but it's individual to you. And because you're here, there's many more of you out there, and you're completely accepting.
In the Venn diagram of things, we still both share like communal ideals of like 100%. Wanting to like push forward for generational change and to create a more open community and a more transparent community and to foster conversation. And I think that part where we intersect is probably the most important.
Okay, yeah. I enjoyed this a lot. Like, yeah, that was really fun. So we're definitely going to do the next ones. So yeah, thank you so much for watching. Let me know your opinion down in the comments. What would you rather be? Would you rather be religious or atheist, or do you just not care? Obviously, leave a like on this video if you enjoyed it. Like I say, drop me a comment, let me know, and subscribe if you want to see more. Would you rather? Other than that,